Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know and love as Fifi La Pew Pew, but everyone else calls it the leFhy or a leaf blower, or that horrible thing that keeps hitting me every now and then. Well, yes, it's the Fifi, and it's located on the south spawn of Pilsen under the command of ProvoBob. Yes, it couldn't be anyone else with a pair of kangaroos on the side of his gun shield. Now, ProvoBob's actually landed in the tier 6 game in this one, and he's bottom tier, which means he stands a much better chance of getting an ace tanker if he can get enough damage out of the enemy. 105mm howitzer generating 410 alpha if it can penetrate 53mm of armour. And it frequently does, as you've seen in some of the replays that we just put up a short while ago. He's been getting loads of penetrations on the enemy. Okay, he's making his way into the bushes. You can see from the marks on the side of the vehicle that yes, he does have a lot of success with this tank. He's on the Australian-New Zealand server, and that means that he's got to contend with bots every now and then. Okay, getting my settings correct, that's better. Rounds out in the KV2, just missed him. As usual, he's carrying 45 rounds of HE and 5 rounds of heat. It's his preferred combination. I tend to agree with carrying some rounds of heat because you never know when you're going to need it. I like to carry as much HE as I can because obviously I recognise that HE tends to do more damage in the long run than the heat does. But every now and then you get a player who bucks the trend and they have HE and armour piercing and they get definite hits. That was a direct hit on something that's in that shed. He definitely hit something, and he's hit something again. We don't know which tanks it is, but whoever they are, they're taking serious damage. And again he's hit them. So these shells are actually hitting target. Rounds out. And another hit. Just about every shot seems to be hitting someone. And the first shot that doesn't hit something explodes on the ground. Well, that KV1 had lost that much hit points before. I suspect that one of the tanks that he was hitting was that Tiger 131, who's missing most of his hit points, and now he's lost another 135. He's missing most of his hit points. He was the only one left in the shed. And oh, just a short distance away from us is an OI experimental who's managed to sneak up, and we're getting good shots into the side of his vehicle. 113 off that one. Another shot, and that's a kill shot. 57 hit points all we got, but it was a kill. This Wolverine looks like he's running back the other way. Oh, that was a direct hit. He changed his view just at the moment that he fired, but we did see that the shell didn't explode, so it looks like he hit. And the Tiger 131 has just been tracked, so he's not going to be very happy. Rounds out. Another hit, and it's keeping him tracked. That's the thing about the DD, you can perma-track somebody if you can get the shells on target. Yeah, Tiger 131 keeps mending his tracks and he keeps getting them broken again by ProvoBob. Now, an enemy tank was coming through that. Yes, and it's a T1 heavy. They're very heavy on armour on the front of the vehicle, but he's smacking that one as much as he can. Yes, good hit. 103. Panzer IV Ausführung H has come through the gap. Just missed him there. I think wait until he stops and then hit him. He'll stop on that corner. Rounds out. Direct hit. Oh, and a pen. He penned him for 411 and he goes down after that. With 4 tanks up on the enemy at the moment, we seem to be doing well all over the place. We're going up the railway line. There's an enemy T-3485 somewhere in that yard. There he is. Okay, line up a shot. Rounds out. This looks good. Ooh, just missed. Now he knows that Arty's firing in his direction. He probably won't stick around. Okay, I'd wait until some of your teammates spot the enemy before shooting now. We've got some tanks moving over towards the coal pits. And it might be a good idea for... Oh, the enemy's coming to sight again. I think he's going to move further north. Get closer to the enemy. He's right at the edge of the map where he was. If he moves further north, he might be able to get shots on the enemy tanks in... If there is an Arty residing in A1 or A2. There is an enemy Arty in the game. It's another Fifi. Another 105 leFH18B2. Tries a shot at the T-3485. Just misses. Let it dial in. Let it settle before you shoot. That looks good. Looks good. Oh, he got some splash. 74 hit points. But unfortunately we lost the M4A1 FL10. Another 39 hit points of splash. We've got two of our friendly tanks rather getting hits, and oh, that's a good one. 146. We've got a... Oh, it just blew him up. He must have set fire to him and he burned up. And there's the enemy Arty. He's actually by the water. And he's just been taken out. There's the Achilles. Now you can very easily damage the Achilles if you can get a shot near him, because he has very thin armor and he just took a penetrating shot. He's going to go for another shot. Can he get a kill? No. Try another shot. It's worth it. There's the Achilles. Rounds out. And it's a kill shot. And there's only 2 enemy tanks left. Oh no, 3 left. Sorry, I beg your pardon. They've got a T-3485M, a Matilda 4 and an M10 RBFM, and there they are. Now it's a good opportunity for ProvoBob to earn extra XP and credits. Lovely shot. Oh, missed the T-34 because he wasn't fully dialed in. I'd probably go for the Matilda 4. He's sitting on that corner, and so he's not moving very much. It also takes you a long time to dial in, and the flight time of the shell is now 3.2 seconds. Okay, the T-34 is almost out of range. And he's gone. Kill shot came in from the Thunderbolts. Okay, we're still trying to hit an invisible tank. There's the invisible tank. It's actually the M10 RBFM. Lining up a shot, rounds out, long range. Nope, just missed. Now work out where he's headed. That's it. He's turned around. But he is outnumbered now because that M10 is the last enemy vehicle. And I'm afraid that, yes, ProvoBob's out of range of him. So he's going to have to get closer. The Fifi doesn't fire over the entire range of the battlefield, but the game's over because they killed the M10. And this one is a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for ProvoBob in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get an arsonist because he set light to that T-3485. He didn't realise he'd actually set it alight, but he fired in a round. It actually hit the engine, caught fire, and then a few seconds later he found out that yes, he had killed it because it suddenly died. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. He got a Gauze medal because he did more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he got 20% of the enemy hit pool and was the highest damage maker, so he got the high caliber as well. And just look at that win rate, 8,342, a very sound high super unicum level. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, top of the table when it came to damage with 3,056 hit points. The next highest scorer only had 1,809. That was the Thunderbolt, and he survived. And the other one was the KB2 with 1,725, and he didn't survive. The Churchill 7 picked up a steel wall in that game. Whereas, of course, ProvoBob got the Gauze medal and a high caliber, so he got an epic and a battle hero as well. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot with the KB2. They got 3 kills apiece, and the Achilles on the enemy team also got 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, he's got the top on that one. So he's got the top in all 3 columns in this game. 1,312 went to ProvoBob, 1,028 went to the Thunderbolt, and 897 went to the KB2. He fired 39 rounds in this game, so he actually had 11 rounds spare at the end. 16 direct hits on the enemy and 4 penetrations. Yes, it did very well with penetrating shots. 20 splash, damage of 3,056 hit points. It's a high score, and all of it was done at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 260 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 65,922 credits for the battle, 32,961 from personal reserves, 98,883 for the battle in total, and after ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 93,891 credits. A very good score altogether, especially considering there was no bonus, or he wasn't actually scoring any round sum figures for bonus. It was just purely for the battle and purely for the personal reserves. 25 bonds for for the achievement, probably the first, or not the first, he got the 3rd premium achievement for the day. And 1,968 XP, 787 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 2,755 experience points altogether. So another great game by ProvoBob in his leFH. I'm sure he actually loves playing this thing. He is very, very good at it. Normally it took ages for anybody to get an ace tanker. So if you've just started out in one of these, don't be dismayed, because you will get good scores eventually, just like ProvoBob. It just takes a lot of practice. You just let the aim dial in on the target, let it get really tight, and then hit them. And if you predict exactly where the enemy's going, you should be able to get a lot of damage, especially if you get those penetrating shots. I'd always recommend that you use plenty of HE in your Arty, because HE does get splash. Even if you don't actually hit them, you might get close to them, and getting close to them will give you damage scores. So it's worthwhile for that, especially if you disable the enemy. And remember, as I said, it's got a very fast reload. So if you can get reload after reload into the enemy, keep him tracked, your teammates will get the damage that takes the enemy out of the game, and you'll get the benefit from that. So great work from ProvoBob. I'm sure you all enjoyed that one. If you did, please give the video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.